Imagine falling into a planet, not landing on the ground because there is no ground. You keep falling deeper and deeper through crushing storms, winds faster than a jet plane, and pressure so powerful it could crush a submarine instantly. This is not a nightmare. This is Saturn, the most beautiful planet in our solar system, but also one of the most terrifying places imaginable. But what would really happen if a human fell into Saturn? And why do scientists think this planet hides some of the most violent forces in the solar system? Tonight, we enter the dark universe. At first glance, Saturn looks peaceful. Floating in space with its elegant rings, it almost looks like a piece of cosmic art. But looks can be dangerously deceiving. Saturn is a gas giant located about 1.4 billion kilometers from Earth, and it's enormous. You could fit 760 Earths inside Saturn. But unlike Earth, Saturn is mostly made of hydrogen and helium gas, which means something terrifying. There is no solid surface. If you tried to land on Saturn, you wouldn't land at all. You would simply fall forever. Saturn's rings are the most iconic feature in the entire solar system. They stretch across hundreds of thousands of kilometers. From far away, they look smooth and solid, but the reality is far stranger. The rings are actually made of billions of pieces of ice and rock. Some are tiny, like grains of sand. Others are the size of houses. Imagine flying through them at thousands of kilometers per hour. One wrong collision and your spacecraft would be destroyed instantly. But the rings aren't the scariest part of Saturn, not even close. Saturn's atmosphere is one of the most violent environments in the solar system. Winds here can reach speeds of 1,800 kilometers per hour. That's 5 times stronger than the most powerful hurricanes on Earth. And sometimes, something even more terrifying appears. A superstorm so massive it can wrap around the entire planet. Scientists call it the Great White Spot. This superstorm erupts roughly every 30 years. When it does, lightning bursts through the clouds with energy 10,000 times stronger than lightning on Earth. Imagine being inside a storm like that. But even these storms are not Saturn's darkest secret, because deeper inside the planet, something far more terrifying happens. Let's imagine the impossible. You fall into Saturn. At first, you pass through soft clouds. It almost feels calm. But slowly, the pressure begins to rise. The deeper you go, the heavier the atmosphere becomes. Soon, the pressure becomes hundreds times stronger than Earth's atmosphere. Your spacecraft begins to creak. Metal bends. Then comes the heat. Temperatures climb to thousands of degrees. Hydrogen gas begins transforming into something extraordinary: liquid metallic hydrogen. This bizarre substance behaves like a metal and a liquid at the same time. Electric currents flow through it, creating an enormous magnetic field. But you would never see this layer, because long before reaching it, the pressure would crush you instantly. Above Saturn's North Pole lies one of the strangest mysteries in the solar system: a perfect hexagon storm. Yes, a 6-sided storm. Each side of this hexagon is larger than Earth itself, and it has been spinning for decades. Scientists still don't fully understand why this shape exists. Nature almost never creates perfect geometric storms, yet Saturn does. It's like the planet is hiding a cosmic puzzle. But here's the most terrifying truth about Saturn. Despite all its storms, crushing pressure, and violent winds, Saturn is actually one of the least dense planets in the solar system. In fact, if you could find an ocean big enough, Saturn would float. Yes, a planet larger than Earth could float on water. A beautiful floating giant. Deadly, mysterious, and almost impossible to understand. Saturn reminds us of something important. The universe is not just beautiful, it's dangerous, mysterious, and endlessly strange. And out there, in the darkness of space, there may be worlds far more terrifying than Saturn. But that is a story for another journey into the dark universe.